Karen Szyjka, Operations Support Manager, Department of Natural Resources. Contracts that I manage is one is the Japanese garden here, Garden of the Phoenix, also known as Osaka Garden, and the district-wide floral contract, which is all of the annual plantings that you see throughout the city. There's like 20 different sites for the district-wide floral. There are over 100 different varieties of cherry trees. What we have is Prunus cerulata, which is the snow goose, which is the white flowers, and then the accolade, which is the pink flowers. And then we have Prunus yedoensis, which is the Yoshino cherries. And then we also have Prunus subvertilla, which are the ones that are the cascading ones. The thing that makes cherry trees so special is that they are so sensitive to temperature, which is a difficult thing to predict, but it also makes it, when it happens, so much more special. As well as to climate change. If you compare that to something like, people often confuse them with a crab apple. Crab apples are very, very cold hardy and aren't as ephemeral, if you will, as the cherry trees. So cold temperatures like what we had last year and unpredictable weather or temperature spikes, the cherry trees will hunker down and they won't do anything until the right temperatures. Well, the difference in the petals is 5. There's 5 petals. They have a notch in them, almost looking like a heart sometimes. When you're out in the spring, you're smelling all this beautiful fragrance. Cherry trees are not as fragrant as crab apples. They're much more subtle, almost like an almond-like fragrance to them, and they're edible. In Jackson Park, there's about 160, and we've got cherry trees in other places in the parks, but not in a grouping like this. These were planted because of the anniversary of the 1893 Columbian Exposition. So that is intentionally implanted, that the 120, and then the Japanese Chamber of Commerce wanted to add another 50 to celebrate their 50-year anniversary. And cherry trees, typically 25 to 30 years. They are not long-lasting trees, so you have to kind of continue to replant them over time.
Thank you, Karen, for taking us on a virtual tour of Jackson Park's Cherry Blossom Grove.